Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So today I want to try something which I've seen Julie Katz doing, and it's the Starburst technique. And I thought I go with two colors. I have here the butterscotch and I have the sweet cherry. They are both resin inks from Octopus, and I'm using the ultracast resin. I let the ultracast resin sit for round about, let me think, 20 minutes before pouring. So it got a little bit warm, and now I'm altering those two colors. So it's a little bit a dirty pour, but only with two colors. I didn't want to do it too bright in the colors. And yeah, I'm quite curious how this is working. I slightly changed a few things. You will see it during the video. I will also explain it, what I did. And I'm just curious how this is going to work. The mold I'm using here is the Geode S size mold from MoldsandShapes. And it can take round about 160 to 170 grams of resin. So here for my colored resin, I used round about half of the resin and divided it by two colors, like you saw. And now I'm just pouring around the edge, straight on my mold. And I just go from the edge and pour my resin. And you can see that it's already closing up, but it won't close up completely, and this is what I wanted. And then I'm just taking a little bit of my clear resin, which I have for my push, and I'm just filling up the mold just a little bit. So I don't know how much clear resin I used, but just slightly, so that my mold is completely full at the bottom. And I just wanted to see if I can get like a whitish center. That's why I did this with the clear resin. So I have here my white, and I'm using the Pigment Drops white. And in this case, I used like 15 grams of resin and 5 drops. I think similar Julie did, I'm not sure. I thought this was maybe the right consistency. But of course I cannot tell because it's the first time I'm doing this. And now you see that I'm pouring the spiral. And I'm just pouring around. And I didn't make this video faster, so you see that I really take my time to pour my spirals. And yeah, I just pour as long as the resin is done. I thought that this technique looks very interesting, so of course sometimes you are inspired and you want to do something similar, and this is what I'm doing now. And I'm just, like I said, I'm using my resin till it's gone, my white resin, and then I will take my clear resin and I give it the push. Actually, this reminds me a little bit when I do something, sometimes my web effect. I start at the edge and then I put clear resin or transparent resin and push my colors aside, but then I do like thin spirals at the surface. And this is a little bit similar, but also different. And that's why I was so interested to try this technique. Now you see that I'm carefully putting my clear resin into the mold, and then the resin can do its magic. Hopefully it's doing something, you never know. So anyway, I put you on a time lapse so you can see the resin is moving. It's moving quite slowly, so I'm very curious. I will help later also a little bit with the heat gun to see how this is gonna turn out. So I needed to stop my time lapse because I needed my phone, but you will see I'm not taking a syringe. I just try to carefully get the center into the center, if you know what I mean. And this is after I stopped filming what the resin was doing, so you can see now in a close-up how this piece is looking at the moment. So it already made a sort of webbing effect, and yeah, I'm very curious how it's gonna look like on the other side when I candy mold the next day. So next morning, it was early and I needed to put the light on in my room, so that's why you see my light. But anyway, I'm very curious how this is turned out, especially only using the two colors and also making the clear center. And I'm wondering if I have my white spot in the middle. Yeah, I'm quite curious. So anyway, let's have a look. And the one you hear maybe in the background is scary. Anyway, look at this. It's not the starburst effect, I need to admit, but I love the webbing. The webbing is amazing, and I have my white in the center. Do you see this? I think it's looking like a coral effect, but yeah, I really love this. And I love the blending at the sides. It's a perfect match. But for sure, I will try again also the Starburst technique if I get that far. So yeah, I hope you don't mind that I want to try this, because sometimes you are inspired by someone and you just want to try it, make your own thing to it, and like I did with this one. And yeah, we will wait and see what's gonna happen. Anyway, with this, I love and leave you. I thank you for watching. Take care, guys. Bye bye.